What's up, you guys? This is Tim Trevathan with Tim Trevathan Homes and Keller Williams Realty here in Atlanta, and I am going to do a video that I think you guys will like. If you have thought about buying a house in this current competitive market, some of you may need to sell your house in order to purchase. If that's you, this video is for you. Hey guys, if this is your first time to my channel, make sure to subscribe and like this video because I cover all kinds of real estate content, especially here in the North Atlanta metro area. So don't forget to subscribe so you can see all that comes out in the future videos. Now, if you have been watching my videos, a lot of you probably know how competitive the housing market is. Not just nationally, but also here in Georgia, especially in the Atlanta metro area, for a lot of reasons, which I've covered in my previous videos, such as the one about the Atlanta housing market on fire. Be sure to check that out. Now, I also have some other videos related to how to get your offer accepted in this market, and I have two parts to that. Definitely check out the links to those as well. But you might be in another category where, Tim, you know, I can purchase a house, but only with the contingency of selling my house first, because I have to sell my house in order to get the money pulled out of that house so that I could use that money towards the down payment of another house. But you might be saying, well, Tim, how can I do that in this market because it's so difficult? Low inventory, high demand. I'm trying to compete with all these other offers that don't have a sales contingency. So how can I get my offer accepted? And Tim, if I have the money, but not that much, and I can't qualify for a high enough price point, then what's the point of even looking to buy a home? Number one, sell first, rent, then buy. Now, what you can do with this is basically put your house on the market and sell it, knowing that you can make a profit based off of the equity that's built into your home, and then find a temporary place to rent from. Whether it's a short-term lease at a rental home or an apartment complex, or you might have a friend, family member, somebody who will let you stay for a few months while you go out shopping to purchase a house. The benefit with this option, this strategy, is that you will have the funds definitely ready to use towards the down payment. The downside to this one is that you're gonna have to rent temporarily, which may not be in the best living conditions, and you might not want to be in that situation where you have to move twice. Number two, sell first, then temporary occupancy while buying. Now with this option, it's kind of like number one, but with one big difference. You're gonna sell your house first by putting it on the market, then collect the profit that you get from the sale of the home. And then the thing is with this is when you sell it, you're not gonna move out. You're gonna do what's called a temporary occupancy exhibit that's gonna be attached to your contract. And what that means is you're gonna let people know, especially of course the person that's gonna buy your home, that you can close in the standard 30 days that it takes to usually close on a home, but you as the seller are going to be paying rent to the buyer that now owns the house that you're living in. So you're not gonna move out. And with the temporary occupancy, you can negotiate whether it's 30 days or 60 days or 90 days for the amount of time that you need to be able to still stay in the home after closing while going out looking for homes. Now, typically in this market, what I see as a standard is a 30-day temporary occupancy. I have sometimes seen 60 days, but 30 days is usually what makes buyers still have interest in your property to purchase, because if it's any longer than that, they might not have time to wait, whether it's the interest rates are going up or if they want to find the right home for their family based on their goals and their timeline. So the positive with this one is that you have time to go look for a home. The negative is that you still have to be diligent and active in looking for the right home and putting offers on homes that you think you would want to live in. Because even though 30 days is more time than, say, moving out after you close, it's still a time limit. So usually what happens is plan B, if you haven't found a home after those 30 days are up, then you do have to resort to number one, which is to rent somewhere. In that case, maybe try 60 days. Number three, buy first, then sell. Now, ideally, out of the 4 strategies that I'm giving you today, this is probably the best one, but it doesn't work for everyone. And the reason why is because you have to get qualified or pre-approved for a home loan, which is based on your debt to income ratio. If you're trying to purchase a home while still owning a home, your debt is gonna be higher because it's gonna factor in your mortgage debt every month. So what you can do at the very least though is go talk to a lender, get pre-approved, submit all your tax documents, your pay stubs and bank statements and so forth. Let the lender come back and say, okay, based on all this information and documents you gave me, you're gonna be pre-approved for this amount. Let's say $500,000. And this is without having to sell your home. Then you can also ask the lender, and if it's a good lender, they'll already go ahead and give you these different scenarios. They'll say, and if you do sell your home, and let's say you sell it for this estimated amount of say $380,000, then taking the profit from that will go towards a bigger down payment and lower your debt to income ratio, thereby making you get pre-approved for a higher amount of something like $700,000. Now, $700,000 sounds a lot better than $500,000, right? Especially if you have a growing family, you need to upsize, you're trying to find a home in a different school district that's better, and those higher price points usually are the ones that are in renovated areas, newer neighborhoods, better school districts. So, this option has actually worked for a couple of my buyers this year. One, he got pre-approved for up to $525,000, and he needed his townhome to be sold first, technically, but his pre-approval of $525,000 was just enough to get an offer accepted on another house in the same city, bigger square footage because they have one baby and a second on the way, and we got the offer accepted for $525,000, his max pre-approval amount. After he bought the house, they moved out of their townhome into the newer, bigger single-family home. Then we listed his townhome on the market, put it on the market for $350,000, sold for 7 offers, all over asking price for $370,000. He pocketed the profit from that while being able to be happy living in his new home. Number 4, buy first with Homeward, then sell. If you watched one of my other videos about how to get your offer accepted in Georgia, part 1, I go over Homeward. What is Homeward? Well, it's a cash institution that has over $300 million in funds that is utilized for the very specific reason of helping people buy a house before they sell. Because if they can't sell, or if they do, and then they realize that they have nowhere else to go, well, this Homeward company solves that problem. What they do is they buy your house that you want to put an offer in cash on your behalf. The catch is when you buy it from Homeward, then in essence, you're paying a prorated daily rental amount to them until your house sells, and then you can use those funds towards the down payment of the loan to purchase it back from Homeward. The cool thing is you don't have to wait for all this to happen. Once you buy the home in cash using Homeward, you can move in as if it is your own cash. But remember, you have to be able to sell your home because you have to buy it back from them, and there is a convenience fee of, I believe, 1.9% or 2.4% depending on what type of program you use. I also have had a client do this program last year when they sold, or they're about to sell their home in New Jersey, and they needed to purchase a home in Georgia, and we kept getting outbid. Even though we marketed ourselves as a cash buyer, we had it technically as a sales contingency in place, and none of the sellers were willing to accept it because they had so many offers from other buyers that didn't have a sales contingency. This is a last resort option also, I would say, in the case that you can go ahead and buy first and then sell. But if you really need the funds, or if you have your house on the market for sale and you have a time limit of closing and you don't want to go homeless and you don't want to be able to rent, then you definitely want to try Homeward in the case of buying a home. Since they are coming from another state in the north all the way here to the south in Georgia, it worked out perfectly for them. But if you're already living in Georgia, in the metro Atlanta area, then you could probably try one of the other 3 strategies we talked about. So I hope this video was helpful. I have a lot of clients that are moving here to Atlanta from other states and also within the metro Atlanta area. And a lot of them are running into these kind of scenarios where They just can't sell their house first and then buy because of the competition, or they can't buy first because of the competition as well. It's all about the competition, really. So these 4 strategies though, I have implemented at least one time for all 4 of these, and they have all worked out smoothly. Depending on your goals, depending on your financial situation, one of these strategies would best fit you and will work for you. If you need help, go ahead and give me a call. My contact information is down below because I can help you and walk through that scenario if you're in this season of wanting to sell in order to buy. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.